Well, shake it, everybody. I'm Mike. It's the Blitz. It's week 11. I'm taking you from the MFR, the Mike Fest room. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I know I did. I did a lot last weekend, 2 shows. Thanks, Halloween, and some football, and some golf all mixed into it. So I had a great weekend. Hope everyone did, and hope you're having a great week so far. But it's week 11, but let's move back. Let's recap what happened in week 10. I had 24 views on YouTube this week. I want to thank everybody, all 24 of you who watched it. Appreciate it. Like to have a little bit more, but keep watching and keep sharing. I'd really appreciate it. My week 10 pick results, I went 7-4 this week, so I'm 96-33 with a 74%. If I get to 80 now, I'm going to go to Vegas. So, but let's talk about top 25 teams that lost in week 10. There were 3. Then number 7, the U of Miami lost to then number 3, Florida State. Then number 15, Texas Tech lost to then 18, Oklahoma State. And then number 21, Michigan, got their ass kicked by then number 22, Michigan State. Other notable wins and losses, USF lost to Houston. Called it. So, but my week 10 games of the week were the Navy-Notre Dame game and the Nebraska-Northwestern game. Both great games. Didn't think Navy could hang with Notre Dame, and I really thought Nebraska that guy wasn't going to catch the Hail Mary pass. So, I'd like to give a couple shout-outs here. First and foremost, I'd like to give a shout-out to Miami running back Duke Johnson, out for the season with a broken ankle. They say his surgery went well. Duke, get better. You are a great back, even though you play for DU. I want to give a shout-out to the Riverview High School swim team. They got regionals this weekend in Clearwater. Kick some ass, boys and girls, kick some ass. And final shout-out goes to Eastlake High. They beat Northeast 49-6 to go 9-0. They finish up the regular season this Friday night against St. Pete High. Now, I haven't been giving too many shout-outs or WTFs in the last couple of weeks. Kind of got a couple right here. First and foremost, ESPN's SEC network guy, guru, Paul Feinbaugh. Dude, you are on the SEC teat. That's about what that explains everything. Personally, I think you need to keep your eyes and ears, your eyes and your mind open, but I bet your big-ass ears cover those up pretty well. By the way, if Alabama loses this weekend, let's put Feinbaugh on suicide watch. That's what or Baker act him or something, because that's going to happen. Second shout-out, or WTF, goes to former Miami Hurricane and radio disc jockey Dan Sileo. Dude, you didn't learn from the New Orleans Saints? Bounties on kids? What a douchebag. Anyway, moving on. My final shout-out, or WTF, is the turd starting left tackle, Tyler Moore, broke his arm on a scooter accident. Big left tackle on a scooter. Kind of sums up the whole turds season so far. So, let's move on to week 11. We have the NFL and we have college football. But let's do the BCS standings. We got number 1, Bama. Number 2, Florida State. Number 3, Oregon. Number 4, the Ohio State. Number 5, Stanford. Number 6, Baylor. Number 7, Clemson. Number 8, Missouri. Number 9, it burns when I pee. And number 10, Oklahoma. Other notables, number 17, Michigan State. So let's start with Thursday's game. So week 11, sorry, I got an itch, moving on. 2 TV alert right off the bat on Thursday, never happened before. So, number 10, Oklahoma, and number 6, Baylor, 7:30 on the Fox Sports 1 network. Should be a great game. We have the NFL, Washington at Minnesota, 8:25 on the NFL network, and then the big game, number 3, Oregon, at number 5, Stanford, 9 p.m. on ESPN. Oregon's Black Mamba, DeAnthony Thomas, says the Ducks are going to hang 40 on Stanford. I don't think so, but that's just me. So let's move on to Friday. Friday's games. There are none, really. Date night. I think Thor: The Dark World premieres. Go see that movie. Everyone else probably is. So, let's move on to Saturday. First and foremost, game day, 9 a.m. ESPN, coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So, but we'll get moving on to the nooner games. Number 2, Florida State at Wake Forest on ABC. Florida State can clinch a share of the ACC Atlantic with a win. Vanderbilt travels to Hogtown to take on the Turds on ESPN 3. Not even televised. I would tell you this, what I personally think. Both teams have to win to try to become bowl eligible. down the road. They both 4-4. They need 6 to become bowl eligible. I think Will Muschamp has got some fire retardant toilet paper going on because he is on the hot seat. And finally, the last Nooner game, number 9, all at Burns 1IP travels to Tennessee to take on the Volunteers on ESPN. Happy hour games. There's 2. I'm not going to call this a 2 TV alert because I really don't care about my mom, though. She loves her Johnny football. Mississippi State at number 15, Texas A&M 3:30 on ESPN. And Nebraska at Michigan 3:30 ABC. But now we're going to move to the primetime games. We're going to go 2 TV alert on primetime. Vodtech at number 11, DU, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Houston travels to O-Town to take on number 21, UCF at 7 p.m. on ESPN2. And then the big game, number 13, LSU at number 1, Alabama, 8 p.m. on CBS. But if you're in for those games, the night games, they're not as exciting, but they're still something to watch. Number 19, UCLA at Arizona at 10 p.m. on ESPN. At number 16, possible BCS buster, Fresno State at Wyoming at 10:30 on ESPN2. So let's go to my picks. I have Baylor over Oklahoma, Washington over Minnesota, Stanford over Oregon, upset alert. FSU over Wake, Turds over Vandy, all at Burns 1IP over Tennessee, Texas A&M over Mississippi State, Nebraska over Michigan, DU over Vodtech, UCF over Houston, Bama over LSU, Arizona over UCLA, upset alert, and Fresno State over Wyoming. So let's go on to my movie quote last week. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer. Riverview High alumni Brandon Miller got that, and that was Ace Ventura Pet Detective. So let's move on to this week's quote. This week's quote is, if I bury you ass up, I've got a place to park my bike. Oh, face down, ass up. Anyway, again, if I bury your ass up, I got a place to park my bike. What movie? So, in closing, everyone have a great weekend. Drink responsibly. Turn on, tune in, and drop out. See you.
Early in the morning, rising to the street. Light me up that cigarette, and I'll strap shoes on my feet. Got to find the reason things went wrong. Got to find the reason why my money's all gone. I got a Dalmatian, I could stay